very happy new year to you. In this video, I will show you my bullet journal setup for 2024 as well as my bullet journal setup for January. I decided to do both of them in a space theme. The whole idea came together after I saw this quote, "Shoot for the moon and you will end among stars." I really like this quote, and after I've seen it, I was just like, this is it. As you guys know, I love stickers, and this year I decided to put together my own sticker sheets. I'm a little bit nervous because that's something new. I hope you guys like them, and they will be available on my brand new Etsy shop. I will link you everything down below in the info box. I just think stickers are a great way to enhance your bullet journal setup in a very easy way, and so I used stickers for the last years. It just makes things faster and it's very handy. But without any further ado, I would say let's start.
So for the cover page, I decided to go with a big rocket as a centerpiece in front of a Dutch door. Herefore, I started out by gluing the rocket in the middle and afterwards cutting out the Dutch door. But I used scissors. I don't know why I did that. That was so difficult and terrible. I would not recommend that at all. You should use a knife instead. I think that's much better. Some pages later, you will see me using a knife that was way more convenient. So go with a knife, trust me. Next, I glued on blue paper to have a little backdrop that looks like the sky. I thought that would look very nice. And on the left side, I wanted to have a little astronaut because I thought it's very fitting. And underneath it, I wanted to have a motivational quote that remembers me to stay motivated and to keep on going. And I decided to go with "I am taking off." And I want the new year to be amazing for us all so we can all take off all together. And as it is the cover page, I wanted to have 2024 front and center, and I wanted to have an ombre effect, and I tried to achieve that with colored pencils. I started coloring everything in with 4 different colors, and afterwards I applied more pressure to the pencils and tried to fade the colors into each other using the lighter color and going into the darker color. And to give the numbers an even more special touch, I added some dots and stars to it. And of course, never forget to add a drop shadow. It's so impressive how much a drop shadow can do to your paintings because it elevates the whole thing and makes it stand out even more. And when you flip the Dutch door, I wanted to make some space for my yearly vision. It's such a great thing to just write down your thoughts and have a focus for the year, and I thought that would be the perfect place to do that. And for everything to match, I used the same colors for the headline of my vision that I used for 2024 as well. I really liked how it turned out, but the page was still feeling a little bit empty to me, so I decided to add a little star that symbolizes my North Star. On the next page, I wanted to leave some space for my year at a glance. I have mixed feelings for it because I'm so used to having a year at a glance in my bullet journal, but to be honest, I don't use it that often. I usually only use it for birthdays and special days like that, but not for more. For what do you use your year at a glance page? I would be so curious. Maybe you can give me some inspiration. So feel free to write a comment down below. And obviously, to stay with the theme, I wanted to have a little space in the middle where the little astronaut and the planets could like hang out and have fun. And as always, never forget the drop shadow. Oh my god, I think I'm addicted to them. The primary color that I've chosen for this theme is dark blue, and as a secondary color I wanted to go with yellow and red. I think having a color scheme is a great thing, so everything looks like cohesive and not too busy. Okay, I'm sure you already noticed it. I accelerated the video and I skipped some parts, so because I truly don't want to bore you. And I wanted to ask you, do you like that, or would you rather prefer the video to be longer? So next I did a goals page on the left side and a finances page on the right side. And I divided my goals into personal and work-related goals. This year I did my goal setting completely different than usual. I recognize that over the years I got into the habit to do my goals outcome-based and not action-based. And that felt kind of frustrating because usually we cannot control the outcomes, but we can control our actions. So that's the reason why I decided to change things around this year. And oh my god, I don't know if I felt too tired, but the finances page was a whole mess. I did not measure things right, so each square has its own size. It's so funky and so funny. I had to laugh. First I had to cry and then I laughed. And guys, I only recognized it after filling out the months and ending on September, and I was just like, okay, there is something missing. And after the first moment of shock, I just relaxed and said, okay, I will figure it out on the next page. I'm a very detailed-oriented person, and I wanted all the colors and all the headlines to match. That's why the two headlines have the same shades of blue as the other ones. But to change things up a little, I just used dots instead of dots and stars, so it made a huge difference. Not really, but in my head it was like that. Okay, new page, new luck. I wanted to have a Dutch door. I did the same mistake twice. I used scissors. Why on earth? I did it again. And that caused a little accident to happen, and at the end I had a little hole inside of my page and I was very sad about it. And because that had already happened, that was a great opportunity for me to choose my background color, and I did dark blue to camouflage everything a little bit. And I'm telling you all of that because first, it's funny. Okay, I can laugh right now, but when it happened, I did not laugh. But now it's funny. And second, because for all my perfectionist fellows out there, it's hard to be perfect the whole time. You just can't, because life happens and things go wrong, and that's completely normal. And at the end, the most important thing is how you decide to react. You can make your life hard, or you can just go with the flow and be happy anyways. Okay, I just thought I would do the voiceover of my bullet journal video, but now this whole thing is turning very philosophical, but I think you get what I mean. Okay, let's get back to bullet journaling, shall we? Where did I left? Alright, yeah, I remember. It was the messed up finances page. So I decided to fix the problem just using the next page, and I had a little bit of space left underneath the page, so I just decided to do a little reflection space. And on the right page I went on like I intended with an accomplishment page. That's something that I started last year with post-its inside of my cupboard. Basically, I sit down at the end of the month and I reflect on every teeny tiny little thing that I am proud of. Every single thing that I accomplished, even if it's just cleaning up my coffee machine or creating a YouTube video. It doesn't matter. Every single thing that I did that I feel proud of, I write it down. And that's a habit that made me so happy throughout the whole year because I had a place to come back and to see everything that I've accomplished. I liked it so much that I decided to incorporate it in my bullet journal this year. As headers for the months, I decided to go with red banners because I thought they would look very festive, and I even added some tiny stripe details to them. The next few pages are for my quarterly planning. Basically, I take my goals and split them up into different milestones. Then I take them and divide them up into the different quarters of the year. That helps me to better stay on track, and it makes the whole planning thing less overwhelming for me because I only have to focus on one quarter at a time. I took this whole concept out of the book The 12-Week Year. Did you already read it? If not, I truly recommend it because it brought all of my planning systems up to a new level. It wasn't really difficult to me to decide which colors the borders of the pages would have because of this little hole. But I think having everything in blue really camouflaged it. I wanted each page to have the space for my quarterly planning, and I just numbered them accordingly. Then I divided the page into 3 different sections, each one representing 1 month. And then I divided it again into 3 different sections, but this time each section was for one of my goals. And at last, I wanted to decorate the border, and I used my white highlighter and just added some dots. And then rinse and repeat, I did this for all of my 4 pages. Okay, now we're coming to my monthly setup for January. I love having little frames for my pages because I think it just nicely ties everything together. This time I decided to go with a striped pattern. And not only blue, but yellow as well. I can't explain why, but it gives me spaceship vibes. As I love shadows, I just went over the same color again on the inner part of the stripe, so it gets a slightly darker shade. I did this for the yellow stripes as well as the blue ones. This time I not only wanted to have a shadow, but add some highlights as well. So I went over the other side of the stripe with my highlighter. I think that makes everything look a little bit more 3D, and it gives it a glowy finish. The January header had to match all the other headers again, so I took my 4 blue shades again and gave it an ombre look. There was no way around it. I needed to have this cute little astronaut as a centerpiece for my monthly setup. I think he's my favorite of this monthly sticker sheet. And here you can see the colored pencils that I use. They are from Crayola. And the motivational quote for this month is, "Shoot for the moon and you will end among stars." Or is it land among stars? I'm not so sure. Maybe you can help me out and tell me which way is the right way. I hope I did not mess this one up, because that was a quote that inspired me for my whole theme. Right now you just saw me cutting a Dutch door, and this time I used a knife. It was so much better. Afterwards I used a tool that makes the edges of the page round, and this thing is just so handy. I used the left side of the Dutch door to have a little space for all of my events this month, and I highlighted the weekends in yellow. I kept the normal work days in gray. On the right side, as well as inside of the Dutch door, I wanted to have some space for all of my goals. And I love dividing my goals up into different sections. This month I decided to go with just goals. In this space I tend to write down all my work-related goals. And inside of the Dutch door I left some space for home-related goals as well as fun. In the home section, I just write down different things that I want to organize or tidy up. And the fun section is just for fun things I want to do this month. And I can plan a little bit of like little road trips or fun adventure that I can do this month. And to fill up the pages a little bit more, I just decided to go with some yellow stripes. The next pages are for my habit tracker as well as my mood tracker. My mom gave me this cute monthly clear stamp, and I could not wait to try it out. I like to take the clear stamp and just put it on its base and then go over it with the ink. And then I just took the whole thing and pressed it on the page, but you can see that it did not transfer completely. The thing was that I had to apply the pressure equally on the page, which I obviously did not on the first trials. But then I put a hand underneath the page and pressured from the other side as well, and that worked out great. And then I just filled out the empty spaces afterwards with my Fineliner. I have to say that it was a journey, but I really liked how the stamping thing turned out, and I think I will use it more often. I wanted to have a circular mood tracker this month because I just think it's very fun and it's a great opposite to the squares on the other side. And in the center of it, I had to place this cute alien sticker. I love it so much, especially the little star, it's so cute. For the headlines, I decided to go with a hand lettering font this time, just to change things up a little. But I kept the blue color as well as the dot details. And to track my mood, I decided to go with, I don't know why, but I went with the typical traffic light colors. So red means I had a terrible day, and orange means the day was quite meh. Yellow means I had a good day, and green means I had a great day. I hope to crash my color theme for this month and only go with green. To fill up the page a little bit more, I added some of the planet stickers as well as a little spaceship because it just matches the alien perfectly. The last page is as always for my weekly setup. I decided to go with my absolutely favorite design of all times, where you have some space on the left side for your daily to-dos and on the right side for your weekly to-dos. And of course, a little weekly habit tracker needs to be included as well. I kept everything in blue and yellow colors, and I thought it would look cute to have little stars for the dates. Then I added a little astronaut sticker as well as a star sticker, and that's it. That's my setup for this year as well as January. I would say let's go and see a final flip through, shall we? Oh my god, this word. Sometimes I want to say it faster than I can.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!